Guardian of the Galaxy star Chris Pratt teases potential Star-Lord return to the MCU, while James Gunn's return seems impossible. Welcome to Stats In. If you're just joining us, please subscribe and don't forget to turn on notifications bell for more video. While Pratt's journey with the Guardian team concluded in 2023 with Guardian of the Galaxy Volume 3, he acknowledged the significant challenges of continuing Star-Lord's story. Despite the promise of a return, the path forward is complicated as James Gunn departed Marvel to lead DC Studios. Chris Pratt has hinted that his iconic character, Star-Lord/Peter Quill, may return to the Marvel Cinematic Universe in the upcoming Avengers movies. During the red carpet premiere of The Electric State, Pratt expressed openness to reprising the role of Star-Lord. Chris Pratt has teased his potential return as Star-Lord to the MCU, but certain conditions. In an exclusive interview with Comic Book during the red carpet premiere of Netflix's The Electric State, Pratt expressed his enthusiasm for reprising the role. The actor acknowledged the significant challenges that would come with continuing the Star-Lord story without the guiding hand of director James Gunn. When asked about donning the character again, either in the direction of Gunn or Russo, Pratt said, "Of course, I would love to do it with James, but he's got a conflict of interest that makes that impossible at the moment, of course." He acknowledged the creative difficulty that Marvel Studios would face if they chose to continue Star-Lord's journey without Gunn. However, Pratt showed his interest in joining the MCU by saying, "I don't know, I'm open to anything. It would have to be great storytelling and it would be really tough." He's got big shoes to fill, setting a high bar for any potential return. Or he might appear in Gunn's DC universe, as he said. Well, we'll see. Gunn's departure from Marvel to lead DC Studios has raised questions about the future of the Guardians characters, who were shaped by his distinctive view. Without Gunn at the helm, any future Guardians of the Galaxy project would face a significant challenge in capturing the same magic. While there is a clear intention from Marvel Studios to bring Star-Lord back, the path forward remains uncertain. During an appearance on Jimmy Kimmel Live, Pratt was asked about the possibility of reprising his Star-Lord role in the upcoming Avengers movies, Avengers, Doomsday or Avengers, Secret War. In response, Pratt confirmed that while Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 marked the end of the Star-Lord arc, there was still an implicit promise that the character would return. For people who know the Marvel world, Guardian of the Galaxy Volume 3 was the last time you saw Star-Lord in there. There was a promise that Star-Lord would return. All I can say is we will make good on that promise. While Doomsday and Secret Wars slated in 2026 and 2027 are still shrouded in mystery, it's clear that Marvel Studios intend to keep Star-Lord's story alive, potentially in a larger ensemble setting. These upcoming movies, directed by the Russo brothers, could provide the ideal environment for Star-Lord to appear once again, maybe in a different setting. The conclusion of Guardians Volume 3 left Star-Lord's story deliberately open-ended with post-credit scene. The legendary Star-Lord will return. After the disbanding of the Guardian team, Quill returned to Earth to reconnect with his grandfather, a move that seemed a significant potential new chapter for the character. Marvel Studios has multiple ways to incorporate Star-Lord back into the MCU. He could appear in the upcoming ensemble movies, or he might get a solo project, as hinted by the post-credit scene. However, Pratt's recent remark suggests he would approach such an offer cautiously if Gunn is not involved. Until then, Pratt continues his work outside Marvel, starring in Russo brothers-directed Netflix's The Electric State. Daniel Radcliffe skips Wolverine for a major DC villain role under James Gunn. Marvel's loss might just be DC's biggest win. Welcome to Stats In. If you're just joining us, please subscribe and don't forget to turn on notifications bell for more video. Welcome to Stats In. If you're just joining us, please subscribe and don't forget to turn on notifications bell for more video. Daniel Radcliffe dodging Wolverine only to land in James Gunn's DC playground? Now that's a plot twist. Just when Marvel fans were hoping to see him sharpen his claws, Gunn swooped in and handed him a villain role instead. And not just any villain, an iconic one. Looks like the Harry Potter star is trading magic for mayhem, and honestly, that's a way more exciting move. Reports say Daniel Radcliffe is in talks to play Basil Carlo in James Watkins' Clayface. Radcliffe has been dodging the superhero game for years, but James Gunn clearly had other plans. Instead of another mutant fan casting, he's stepping into DC's darker, weirder side, right where Gunn thrives. A horror-infused Clayface, with Radcliffe in the mix. That could be a scene-stealing masterpiece. Of course, this isn't official yet. But if the Harry Potter star does become Carlo, He'll be the latest big-name Gunn has lured into DC's evolving universe. And considering Clayface is one of Batman's most complex villains, Radcliffe's knack for offbeat roles could be exactly what this character needs. The timing's also interesting. Marvel's been circling X-Men casting for a while, and Radcliffe's name kept popping up, especially for Wolverine. But instead of joining the MCU, he's diving into DC's darker depths. Feels like a win for Gunn. Now the big question: how will Clayface fit into Gunn's grand DC vision? Horror vibes? Psychological thriller? Either way, if Radcliffe is on board, this could be one of the most unexpected and exciting villain castings in years. Daniel Radcliffe's Escape from Pretoria just landed on Netflix UK and Ireland, and if you missed it back in 2020, now's your chance. The gripping jailbreak thriller is based on a true story. Radcliffe plays anti-apartheid activist Tim Jenkin, who masterminds a daring escape from a South African prison in 1979. Critics were on board. The film holds a solid 73% on Rotten Tomatoes, praised for its suitably gripping jailbreak action. The Guardian called it pacey and nervy, while The Independent found it intricate and studiously plotted. Directed by Francis Annan, the film also stars The Punisher's Daniel Webber and fellow Harry Potter alum Ian Hart. Radcliffe's keeping busy. Now You See Me 3 and Batso are on the way. Oh, and in 2023, he welcomed a baby boy. He's smiling, and that's all I need, he told E! News. Like, that's awesome. Some people have to wait a lot longer for that, so I'm really happy with that. The upcoming Superman movie could challenge Donald Trump's recent political policies as James Gunn maps out plans for the new DC. Welcome to Stats In. If you're just joining us, please subscribe and don't forget to turn on notifications bell for more video. James Gunn is busy preparing for the release of the highly anticipated Superman movie that will mark a new dawn for the DCU. Ahead of the film's release, Gunn and his DC Studios co-head Peter Safran recently conducted a press meet where the two shared updated plans for the franchise and details about new projects. During the press meeting, Gunn was also asked about his take on Superman in the context of the political landscape in America with Donald Trump returning to the presidency. In response, Gunn's hinted the character was the perfect antidote for a politically divided America. Here is what Gunn had to say about Superman and the future of the DCU. James Gunn is the current co-head of DC Studios, with the filmmaker recently conducting a press meet where he detailed the studio's upcoming plans. During the event, Gunn spoke with Variety about his next directorial venture Superman, which will be released in July, 6 months after Donald Trump's re-election. In his conversation with the press, Gunn was asked what Trump's return to power meant for Superman as a character, especially with Gunn attempting to bring a new and updated take on the iconic superhero. He's a character that stands for something that is solid, for basic human morals, basic human integrity, the basic belief in protecting others, the weak, and being good to people and being honest. He stands for what I think of as the rules that don't change. Gunn made the above statement, explaining that he did not think Superman was a part of the current